Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. That man on your screen, his name is Carl Cedric Willox, but he was affectionately known as Carl. Carl is 51 years old. He lived at Landilo Phase 5 in the parish of Westmoreland. Carl, he used to be the chef in a restaurant at Landilo. Carl was a very good domino player. He used to participate in many domino tournaments in Western Jamaica. Carl fell ill and he was admitted in the Savannah Lamar Hospital on Monday, October 17. He was later transferred to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was being treated. But on Saturday, December 17, 2022, Carl passed away. He was humble, he was jovial, and he was a hard-working man. A candlelight vigil will be held for Carl at Landilo Phase 5 on Sunday, December 25. Condolences to the family and friends of Carl. May his soul find rest. Now, on Wednesday, I read a letter from the Westmoreland Municipal Council. That letter, it was addressed to the street vendors of Uptown Savannah Lamar. That letter informed them that no vending would be allowed on the street of Uptown Savannah Lamar for Grand Market. The letter also advised them that all Uptown vending will be taking place in the Independence Park, and the park would be opened from last week Wednesday, December 14. The vendors, they were advised to pay $2,500 each for registration, plus other requirements for them to sell in the Independence Park. Now, we went to the Independence Park this morning, Friday, December 23. Watch this. Hey, what going? Talk to me.
Nonsense. Mud hole. When rain fall, look here. It's so swampy.
When we come up at this man, take taxi, come up here with my goods and this man in the gate lock. You have to carry them down back.
Okay.
The gate lock.
When December coming,
the paper when they send out, they say the 14th.
Well, one talk at a time. Hey, you talk.
Yeah, they say the 14th. The paper, they on 14th of December, we get the paper at 21st of December. Notice the eagle them before we go look money and buy goods and then can't sell them. How it working?
So far when you try to come over here?
I try to come over here, Fran.
From the 21st,
Fran, then give me the paper, the 21st. From the 22nd, all me I try to come in at the gate like I put up a close police station. I come yesterday and tie up string. I come yesterday and tie up string. When I come back, the string cut down his face, gone. What me fi do? Me have no way to
So who are giving you the space then?
Nobody not in here. I jump the people and jump the gate for come in this morning because they say I must be 9 o'clock the gate home. And I say me not jump it, me carry on back my goods.
But the letter say the place will go open from the 14th.
It not open. It not open.
And today is the 20th.
This morning it not open.
Yeah, today this morning is the 23rd. And we've been here from about 5. Some are here from 5 o'clock. Some are here from 6 o'clock. I came here a couple minutes after 7 and they get.
At the end of the stories, I'm gonna let you hear some more of what the vendors have to say. Stand by for that. In today's journey, we are still in the parish of Manchester. We are heading towards Western Jamaica. Continue to sit back, continue to relax, and continue to enjoy this journey with me. Now, we carried a story yesterday, and we told you about an accident that took place along the toll gate main road early yesterday morning. That accident, it claimed the life of Mr. Michael Callam. He was popularly known as Dandan. Dandan was 33 years old and he was a bus driver. We have now gotten a photograph of Dandan. There is his photograph on your screen. We'd like to take time out to say condolences to this hard-working gentleman's family. May his soul find rest. We brought you a story on Sunday, December 18, and I told you about an incident that took place early Saturday morning, December 17, 2022, about 4:30. In that incident, 2 men were held up and robbed at C-Star Inn Lane at West End in Negril. I told you that they were robbed by 2 hoodlums who were traveling on a red scooter motorcycle. The pillion, he pulled a gun and both hoodlums they proceeded to rob the two men of cellular phones and cash. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape, but later in the morning, about some minutes after 9 o'clock, the Negril police, they received intelligence and they carried out an operation at a 6-apartment boardhouse at Orange Hill in the parish of Westmoreland. The house was searched and one of the alleged robbers, he was held. One of the phones that was robbed from the men, as also the scooter motorcycle that they rode during the robbery, they were found at the house. The suspected robber, who was later positively identified by the men who were robbed, he was arrested and charged by the police for 1, robbery with aggravation, and 2, using a firearm to commit a felony. Like we told you, his name is O'Neil Johnson, but he is popularly known as Ashman. He is 38 years old and he is living at Orange Hill in Westmoreland. At the end of the story that we carried on Sunday, I told you that a guy called ADDI, he was wanted by the police in relation to this robbery. I didn't want to go into much details about ADDI on Sunday, but I'm going to be going into details now. ADDI's correct name is Adam Thomas. He is 29 years old and he's living at Whitehall in Negril in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, this is not the first time ADDI's name is being called in criminality. In late 2019 or early 2020, ADDI, he was accused of a robbery. He was arrested and charged by the police. He was brought before the court and he pleaded guilty. He was given a suspended sentence. Now, do you know what suspended sentence means? A lot of persons call it road sentence. So, the judge might say, someone is given 2 years in prison, but the sentence is suspended for 2 years. That means the person who is sentenced will be released from custody. But if the person is convicted for a crime, not just arrested, if the person is convicted for a crime that was committed within that 2 years that the sentence was suspended for, that person will be sent to prison to do 2 years in addition to whatever sentence the person is going to be given for the current conviction. You understand? So, ADDI, he was given a suspended sentence and he was now out of road. ADDI, he was charged last year, 2021, for a case of illegal possession of firearm after he was allegedly held with a gun. He was subsequently given bail by the court. He was ordered to report on condition of bail at the Negril police station. Well, over the weekend, ADDI, he went to report on condition of bail at the police station and he was held by the police. He was placed on an identification parade where he was positively identified by the men who were robbed as the next hoodlum who was involved in this robbery. As a result, ADDI, he was arrested and charged and he'll be going to the courts shortly. So, ADDI, he had pleaded guilty for robbery and he was given a road sentence. I can guarantee you that ADDI, he will not be pleading guilty for this robbery because he have 15 years hanging over his head. Ah boy. Now, this next incident, it took place last night, Thursday, December 22, 2022, about 11:30. It took place in front of the Top Mart store on Barnett Street in Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. We are learning that residents in the area, they heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots. As a result, the police were called. When the police made checks, they saw a man lying on his back along the roadway in a pool of blood. He had gunshot wounds to his back and his left hand. This man, he was dressed in a black shirt, black shorts and brown slippers. From all indication, he died on the spot. This man, he was later identified as Thomas Carl Sterling. Next week, Saturday, December 31, Thomas, he would be celebrating his 28th birthday. He was a security guard and he lived at Mount Salem in the parish of St. James. We are told that when this crime scene was processed, 8 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Are you tired of hearing me reminding you to hit on the love button? Well, if you're tired, that's what the thing said, that I feel your business because a lot of you are asking me to remind you. Bear in mind, bear in mind. If you don't want to touch it, that are your business, but I am reminding those who are asking of me to remind them. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. In the final story for today, that young man on your screen, his name is Christvan Gayle, but he was popularly known as Brother Chris. He celebrated his 28th birthday on March 5, 2022. He was a delivery man and he lived at Sigurd Street in Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland. Persons who know Chris, they will tell you that from ever since he was in high school, he was always preaching the gospel. Chris, he was said to be an ardent churchgoer. He was a member of the King Jesus Fellowship Church, right across from Negril Hills Golf Club at Sheffield in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, we are not sure why, but for whatever reason, someone wanted Chris dead. Early this morning, Friday, December 23, 2022, about some minutes after 12 midnight, residents of New Hope in Westmoreland, they reportedly heard gunshots being fired. As a result, the police were called. When the police made checks, Brother Chris, he was found lying on his right side along the roadway. He was found in a pool of blood. A bicycle was on the ground beside him. Brother Chris, he had at least 4 bullet wounds in his head. From all indication, he died on the spot. When this crime scene was processed, we are told that 5 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Now, as promised, we are going to be chatting with some of the vendors at Independence Park in Savannah Lamar. It's full time, It's full time. Some of these people who are elected by the people, stop treating people this way. Watch this.
This man is the 23rd, and we've been here from about 5. Some are here from 5 o'clock, some are here from 6 o'clock. I came here a couple minutes after 7, and the gate still did not open. We have to climb over to come here and start to race.
So nobody no there tell us you have to stay, son?
No. And now we have to wake up, we have to
clean up the place.
Yeah, we have to clean up the place.
Morning. Me there.
This is another thing again. The rain started to fall.
Yeah, rain go fall.
It's a mess. It's a swamp.
Look at your foot now wet up.
And this again, sir. One place. Christmas Eve, is not for just few one gathering, Christmas Eve is the thing that people want to walk. Christmas Eve, the light where they're on the road, the excitement, that's what make Grand Market. That's what make Grand Market.
I can't believe you're my boss. Gee, man.
I'm man.
Love you. Take me.
You go.
Oh, God. Newcomers.
Yes.
They are looking out for themselves. The mayor and the superintendent are responsible to Sacramento. They are not looking out for the people of Sacramento. And the street side vendors.
So you feel that the Chamber of Commerce has something to do with this?
Yes, they have something to do with it because they complain about we on the street side.
Okay.
At the same time, the street side people, when we sell, we still go and support them.
Yes.
We are the local people that go and open our account there too. Where we get our source of money from, the street vending.
Alright.
Street vending.
Alright.
If no vendor is not on the street, look on the street where it's lonely. 8 o'clock is Christmas week now. And on the street by you reach 8 o'clock is like a ghost town. We know why we town to look so. Vendors are the players, so the street side vendors are the ones that make we have a Christmas.
Alright, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks. So nurse, how when you come in?
Last week.
Okay.
And me I tell you, Papa, I come and me sell down there last week, Friday. And business good. And me go back yesterday now. And police come. Take all me information and whatever. I tell them I couldn't move the car, they gonna walk.
Yes.
Me tell them I'm willing to comply, but that's my usual spot for years. I don't know to pay the money because I sell a Falmouth market, me pay.
Yes.
Anyway, me sell, me pay. But, Papa, you know, so business come. I found
4 o'clock me wake, you know, and reach here, ask her. She come down at my regular spot, come to me, because my plan was to stay at my regular spot and come here 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And then she said too much for unload, then pack back in and so. See, she then wait for me for 2 hours to buy, you know what she spent, and the Hanover she come from. She said, this not profit you, we couldn't do better. You know why it cost me now to take over the things them over here?
So we'll give this a spot here. Everybody does take them one spot.
Yes, because when we come, everybody say better me leave from down there
and come up here
so that we get a good spot. You understand?
Don't leave here, make the extended come.
Because you want to be at the front when anybody walks.
Yes.
But Papa, no sir.
Nobody now coming here to come by now.
No, my customers will come. She come from Hanover and she wait 2 hours.
I know everybody.
But guess what happened? Not everybody have my number. But where I'm selling, if anybody goes there and the police molest them and then tell them send me up here, they might find me. Me have what they want.
Oh boy.
This is not pretty.
Papa, are the worst. Me don't know what me I do. No. If you want us to pay, arrange the place for last week now. Get it clean.
The man don't go I cut here now.
Good, look at Papa. Put a coat every time.
Tell it there?
No.
Not tell it there?
No. That's what I'm saying. Get the place cut, get it clean.
So the man charge 500 a day for fee spot?
And 2.5 for registration.
And 2.5 for registration. I wonder how much people register. You have no idea?
Me no register because yesterday me know.
Okay.
But them say you have to register for coming here, you know. So you see nobody know they are on it. Me register.
No, I can pay the 2.5.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, we know.
Yes, but here what happened? Because
yesterday you know, you got it in a publicized.
And then me come out from 5 o'clock. Miss, no sale, no sweet like the morning sale. Tell me.
And when we come this morning, the gate lock.
Down there, sir. 2 days when we sell last week Friday when we come. When we come last week Friday, me think them.
It better if they just come take our money from we on the road and make we stay away with them. Come and take charge everybody.
They said, all right, all what they use as spot for you. Just say to them, say, we are going to charge you 1,000.
Yes. If you put that 5,000. Me said the way how me if them put it there, so.
Let me tell you what me think now. Me think now if you stay straight on the street and then come charge me. Because I only for the 2 days. It's only for the 2 days, today and tomorrow. And that years me I sell out of Victoria Mutual over almost 20 years now.
And that's so,
yeah, she always out there with a holiday. But me only go there like 2 times.
How long me I sell this up, Pamela?
2 times for the year me go there, so for the long year. What, 365 days? Me only go right there so for just 2 days. Today and tomorrow. And then me no there because everybody knows say a funeral me sell. Me there from Dialing to Hoonigan to Tate.
Yes.
Just in a little town or me might go to church.
Set up, place cut, clean up, there's a toilet here.
Yes.
There's
and
a
all of that.
security here.
Yeah.
And then people, you understand?
Nothing is not here.
Can't people come in a this.
In a night tonight because people are planning
Kind
to big light tonight.
of lighting system.
Yeah, they put up light yesterday. That them yesterday. But the place should have cut and clean up. So we have clean environment for selling too. Once they don't walk up on the street there, now we have come over here.
They can't come
That
to
should
me
have
for no
happened.
money, you know. When Mama said we don't have no convenience over here. You see that for yourself.
No toilet no there. No toilet no there. So we
Maybe it's on that building. If they even have toilet here, it's on that building. That's what I'm saying.
and the building lock up.
It shouldn't be no maybe.
Maybe them have a key.
Then should get up.
They want people.
After 5 me a nurse out here, you know? After 5.
Papa is sweet is sale, a morning sale.
Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Vlog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver say, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. Just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. country back, give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaican